Squad up, haters down, haters down. If you ain't about that life, don't come around, don't come around. Got the crowd, gone wild. Tell me what you know about that MIM style.
Yo, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is, man. It's the Mr.Jelks show. We are back once again on another Wednesday. We coming back every Wednesday. Y'all already know, me and my boy.
Drums, please.
You back, bro.
We back, man. We back again, man.
Man, the consistency is real, man. We've been keeping them going every Wednesday. Starting January of this year?
I know, man. We're going to need an extended vacation for long here.
Already. You already know, man. How you been this week?
Man, I've been good this week, man. How about yourself?
I've been good, man. I've been good. I'm even better now, man, because I got my label boss on the show tonight.
I see you got that Spit Slam shirt on.
I better. I get fined $5 if I don't wear my Spit Slam shirt. No, I'm just kidding. Yo, man. So I'm really not gonna hold him, man. Tonight, man, our guest, man, is my label boss. I mean, the accolades just go on forever and forever and forever. I'm just gonna name a few off the top. Grammy Lifetime Achieve Award winner. Legendary. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee.
Legendary.
Millions and millions of albums sold around the world. Where else can I go? Philanthropist. Author. Artist. And when I say artist, I mean painting and drawing artist. He has a new book out called Living Loud. And he also has, Mark Zuckerberg better watch out, man, because he just released Bring the Noise Cultural Media app. And it's lit. It's lit. But I think above all the accolades and everything, I think he would agree that it's more important that he's a father, a son, a uncle, a brother, all that, man. And he just happened to be my mentor, man. So, man, it's with like all respect due, and we are so honored to be able to have him on our show. It's with all respect due that we introduce the one,
yes, sir,
the only.
Drums, please.
Chuck D is in the building, y'all.
Welcome to the Mr.Jelks show.
What's up, Memphis?
What's up, Mr. Chuck?
What's up, O?
What's going on?
Man, so we got some Orlando magic going on, and Mr. Jelks.
Speak.
By what's going on, I'm glad to be on the Mr.Jelks show. I've admired, man. You got it. Well, it looks great. You got everything. You know, you got an exciting crowd always coming through here. Great dialogue, and I had a conflict scheduling conflict tonight. I'm supposed to, along with a lot of dignitaries. I'm in West Hollywood, and not that I spend much or any time here, but it's tonight. Like, it's sort of like some commemoration, achievement acknowledgement of all people, Leo Cohen, who I have a history with. I guess my first manager. And so I'm here to talk about our relationship. When we had that in time and in step on Rush and early Def Jam. And we know Leo is a polarizing figure, but I'm a person that here to tell you that you never throw history to the side as a convenience, no matter how the optics look. And now we in the time where people listen with their eyes and they all gonna be like, oh man, so you did this. I said, well hell, we got a history. So right now I'm in a parking lot between a police car over there on Melrose and a parking lot where I'm supposed to pay $20 coming in. So even though if it's knocks on that side, it's the police, and knocks on this side, it's the parking lot people. But here we are because I said I got to get to the Memphis Joke Show. Hell with that damn red carpet. They got
on me, Jelks.
Yeah, I'm like, we bypassing the red carpet. So, yeah, man, what's up, man? Hey, thanks for the accolades too, Memphis. But you know, man, you treat me like I'm Taylor Jenkins, man.
Hey, Memphis, you on mute. You on mute.
Am I on mute?
I'm on mute. I'm
Memphis
sorry.
on mute.
Shoot, Chuck, man, I spent the last 3 days being nervous about this interview, man. Seriously.
I don't see your faces on the screen. Are y'all all popped up on the screen for me?
Okay, let me pull us up.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I had a small in the bottom, really little at the bottom, because it's all about Mr. Chuck tonight. It ain't we making ourselves small because we got big Mr. Chuck on the show.
That's okay. LA Sunshine and Kumo D. We just the treacherous three. Me, Jelks, and O. What's up? Hey. It's too close to being called a philanderer.
Oh man. Wow, man. This is amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it, Mr. Chuck, man. I know that you have a deep appreciation for Memphis and the Mid-South.
We shared the stage together years ago. Mr. Jelks got on there on the stage, turned it out. I said, man, I got to work with this dude some kind of way, man. I'll let you know what we do. I said, yeah, we got a little artist enclave, a little guild going on, man, but I need to, like, connect with somebody here in the Mid-South doing the thing, you know? I have spent a lot of time in Memphis, ex from Mississippi, always been from Memphis to Tupelo, you know, so that up and down the top of Alabama, Atlanta. I spent a whole lifetime there, so Memphis holds a very dear place in my heart. People didn't know when, of course, you know, like you gonna bring up something. I mean, I know more about Elvis Presley than most people know about. So that's when I'm bringing up a history of Elvis Presley. It wasn't a disrespect. It was like he came from an area where he learned all his chops from that area on Beale Street. So let it be that it had to come out of somewhere before you just call him a kid. So that's that.
Right.
Exactly. So for those who don't know, man, first of all, I just want to say thank you so much. You've done so much for my career. Like this podcast is inspired by you. One of our Spit Slam meetings, you inspired us and let us know that it's all about sight, sound. What is it? Sight,
style.
Yep, sight, sound, story, and style. And you encouraged us to do, you know, if we can do more than just music, you know, do something bigger, you know, not bigger, but do something else also, because we're living in a world where people like to hear with their eyes. Yeah. So after that, I was thinking, like, what can I do? And I really like watching podcasts, and I've always been kind of a good speaker when it comes to things like this. You know, I used to be on Fox News all the time for making positive music for the city of Memphis, which actually inspired me to like want to sign with you. You know, like I tell people all the time, man, you can put Dr. Dre, P. Diddy, name another mogul, Baby from Cash Money, and Chuck D on the wall and ask me who do I want to sign with, and I'm gonna say Chuck D off top, man, because my music matches your brand. I think our brands align.
I appreciate your commitment, because to actually consider Cash Money to coming over to No Money, That's all good, man. You know what? Oh, you know what we said? We're gonna start from the heart. You know what I'm saying?
You told me. You said don't quit your day job.
Don't quit and people are very enterprising, brother. I think you had about 9 businesses floating around Memphis anyway. I said you don't want to stop that. It was once upon a time. You know, Memphis is not only for a large period of the last century, the distribution center of the United States of America, but it also was the distribution birthplace of music in the United States of America. You have people coming straight out of Mississippi and Arkansas. They come to that big city, Memphis, and trucks and boats through the Mississippi, and also later on planes will be flying out of Memphis, distributing it all throughout the country. There's no big secret why Holiday Inns started in Memphis, and also Federal Express started in Memphis, and they were distribution for hotels, and and also FedEx is distribution for packaged goods for companies. So it's smack dab in the middle of the United States of America, geographically between the north and the south, east and the west, and it's been Memphis has been that center point for a reason. That's why the blues really seriously blasted off there. Sam Phillips sets up, a radio empire as well as a record empire with Sun Records back in 1940 something years old, and I mean years. So with Sam Phillips starting Sun and recording all those, blues artists that began soul. The first rock and roll record was recorded by Sam Phillips when he records Ike Turner. And Jackie Brenston had, Rocket 88, which talked about a car. And so when we know the history before it even got to Sam Phillips with Elvis and before it got to Stax in 1959 and 1960 with, Rufus Thomas, who was on Sun, working with Estelle Axton and then Jim Stewart, to start Stax, and then you had second coming of Stax. And you had, my musical godfather, Isaac Hayes, Sir Isaac Hayes. You had Sam and Dave, Dave Porter, all those acts that came to Stax. Miss Mavis, who came from Chicago with the Staple Singers. Can we go on and on? So one of my mentors is the great Albertus Isbell, also known as Mr. Al Bell from Memphis as well, Little Rock. So yeah, man, it goes deep. So before you even get up into the recording area of rap and 8-Ball, MJG, and people like that, I said I always wanted to lock in with somebody who was doing rap music from Memphis, Tennessee, but from a rap standpoint, but not necessarily everything always street, hustle. And we know 3-6 Mafia also come from there and their crew and all, and Gangsta Boo. But I think, may she rest in peace. But it was serious when I linked up with you. I felt that with Memphis Jokes, there's a certain honesty, and there's also a commitment to the great community city of Memphis that had always been real black and trying to make it happen. And also get the stain off of it, because our great leader was assassinated in Memphis, but not by black people. He came down, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. came to motivate Memphis even to greater heights, and they realized that combination was heavy. Memphis and Dr. Martin Luther King. And I remember very clearly, at that time, I was 8 years old, 7 going on 8. So it wasn't like I had to read about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. to know about him. I used to hear Dr. King on the radio. I remember the day that he was killed, and at the same time the ramifications afterwards. So I always had heard about Memphis, whether it was culture, whether it was politics, whether it was just like locking in. And I didn't have any family there, but it felt like we were all family through Jet and Ebony magazine. So my first time going to Memphis, man, I felt it in my soul. I felt it in my roots that I needed to be there. And the first time I went to Memphis, It was 1987 on the Def Jam tour. Myself, Kool Mo D went around the radio stations, and I understood the magnitude of WDIA,
Yes.
first the first radio station that played black music with a black Nat D. Williams, who was Rufus Thomas's high school teacher, actually was the first DJ in the country, black DJ in the country, also playing black music for black people. And although it wasn't starting out as a black owned station, it was a station that reached so many people. When they started putting black people on the music on there, they found out they had everybody coming to the table, white folks, everybody, and they said they couldn't stop it. And with that radio came the music.
Wow.
So with all this knowledge inside, it's like you don't keep knowledge for yourself. You let it out and you let people know that they in Memphis, y'all on hallowed ground. So to be able to do your podcast, to be able to do your music, do your culture, do your videos and stuff, you're on hallowed creative cultural ground. And I'm proud to be part of it.
Thank you, Mr. Chuck, and we're proud to have you on board. I remember when you named me Memphis Jokes, that I didn't understand at first, but now I totally get it. Memphis is a hot city. Like you said, it's a mecca for music. And from that point on, you first of all, you hit me up and we did the Grizzly song together. I appreciate that Swamp Ball.
Because that's doing the Grindhouse with Swamp Ball. Y'all had at that particular time, man, the Warriors didn't have an easy pass past the Grizzlies. They wasn't even going to try to even get past. You got a contrast of two styles, and you had Tony Allen and all that. Randolph. So it was swamp. It was defense was like sticky and it was like the mud. Like the mud, like Mud Island. The mud. I mean, the banks of Memphis is like the mud, man. So that reminded me of the team. So Swamp Ball came up out of that. And when not only when you got on the record, you produced it, but it was something else as you took that record right to the Grizzlies at that time, and it became a theme for a couple of weeks.
It did, and they played it during the playoffs too. They played it during one game. I was like, hold up! I heard it in the background. Don't. There's one of my friends hit me up and he's like, man, they playing Swamp Ball. I was like, Chuck, a genius.
But now y'all got D Rose back in town, man.
Yeah.
Rose and and then y'all got Smart too. So just speaking ball for a quick second, it's just like, them Grizzlies is tough, man. They a different style now, of course, with Ja. So, I mean, there's something in always making music and tributes towards your local sports team, because sports and entertainment, they closely entwined by having the eyes and ears and the attention of the people. And the Grizzlies right there, ain't no competing football team, no competing baseball team on a major league scale. So the Grizz is really the people's team. So when you're in markets like that, the ownerships know that they got to be able to reach out to the people better. They got to be common folk. And so those are opportunities for you to get up in there, UNO.
Thanks, Mr. Chuck. We're definitely taking advantage of it and stuff. And we're working with Mecca, too. Shout out to Mecca.
Man, shout out to Mecca, man. Yeah.
Mecca Almighty.
Yep, Mecca Almighty. That's the big homie.
Yeah, hey, listen. We broke in so many different venues in Memphis, man. Like we broke in the Pyramid, man. We did the first gig. We did the first concert in the Pyramid, man.
Wow.
And Grizzlies played there for, I guess, their first year, second year, and then they had to close it down. I think the acoustics or whatever. But that was an amazing, brilliant place. And I think what it is now, it's like a bass fishing now, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a beautiful place. And then not long after that, they built the Forum, which is right off of Beale. But yeah, man, I have a lot of memories, and I'm thorough with Memphis. And then our guitar player in Public Enemy, Kari Wynn, resides is from Memphis. So we always kept in check on it.
Yeah, shout out to Kari too. He plays guitar on my video, Heaven-A-Copter. We're at his house. C-Doc, you at Flu C-Doc out here to record me some videos. And we had to shoot 4 videos in 1 week, one weekend. But look, we did a really amazing job. But guess what weekend we chose? The weekend where time change is back. So we lost an hour. I'm like, what? That Sunday we're shooting, and all of a sudden it just got dark on us. I'm like, the hour we lost the hour. I was like, I was like, it was crazy, but
And you at a point, y'all at a point right there. That hour is critical because
yep,
you're further west, but you're not west enough in mountain time. So that hour is you're gonna lose that hour of sunlight real quick. Because you fall to the west, but not west enough. Yeah.
yep. But it's speaking of Memphis, Mr. Chuck, man, it's hard to make it out of Memphis, man. Did y'all, like when y'all first formed y'all group in Long Island, or should I say Strong Island? Shout out New York, shout out. Hey, did y'all have any difficulties, or like when y'all first formed the group, or how did y'all know that y'all were determined to get as far as y'all are now, and were there any obstacles?
There's plenty of obstacles, but we did everything else except for recording. We ran the radio stations, we ran the clubs, we ran the flyers, we brought the groups out. You know, the record business was always in Manhattan, you know, and it was also in Los Angeles. We didn't live in Manhattan, we didn't live in Los Angeles, but we felt that we were fans and aficionados of hip hop and rap music. We don't even have to make no records, you know, but when we tried to understand how the mechanics of the record business, we realized we didn't want to compete with that. We wanted to be able to do what we do to service that, and then eventually they're gonna come to us and say, well, can y'all make records too? And that's pretty much how it started. I was propositioned. They gave me an offer I couldn't refuse. And Jam Master Jay and the Beastie Boys pulled me into this situation called Def Jam, and I said, and also Dr. Dre, the original concept, Dr. Dre, the creator of the 808 kick, and also the creator of one of the creators of Yo MTV Rap. So, we all were in the same class. Bill Stepney, Andre Brown, Harry Allen, Hank Shockley, who headed up Spectrum City, which I was the MC for. So with all that, it was like we were such a big operation. They kind of plugged in with us, plugging into them, and that just made it bigger. So it's almost like you taking two incredible situations. Like they were like a universe, and we was like a galaxy, and we put another galaxy to their universe, and there's like nothing to stop that. So that's where it came from. They Rick Rubin had asked me to make records for 2 years, and I would be like, I'm not making no records. This is what we want to do. We wanted to do syndicated radio, but that wasn't to be. And one thing led to another, and then we say, I guess we'll make records. We called it the Big Surrender. But when you do something of high quality enough, man, you'll always find an audience or a proposition for it somewhere. Somebody's gonna make it say, "Yo, how can we be down with your things?"
So that's your advice. Just do what you do at the highest, the maximum capacity that you can, and it'll work itself out.
Well, we're not talking about 1966 when you could just make a 45 and then all of a sudden that was the business. Now, we're talking about, like I said, sight, sound, story, and style. That's just like the elements of hip hop. MC and DJing, dance and graffiti. When you talk about the MCing part and the DJing part, that's just like what a radio does. We need more people that's writing articles. I got to get a Memphis and an Orlando writing a piece for the new mag paper we have out, Rap Central Station, or get an ad I'd like to put an ad of this show up in there as well.
Okay.
What you don't see, you got to be. You know what I'm saying? Instead of figuring out like, damn, we got this music out there, like we want to be able to get it played. Okay, if you ain't got nothing to play it, then you create a radio station for it on a digital tip.
Exactly.
Or write-ups. So, well, number one, if you ain't got no write-ups, write your first write-up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is like, whatever you don't see, then maybe it's an opportunity for you to be, because we need service people in hip hop and rap music that are able to hold it down professionally and with high regard, like you're doing with this show right here. It's a service, man,
Mm-hmm.
because people, I mean, there's a trillion artists out there doing a trillion tracks. But I tell you one thing, when they go in the studio and they come up out of the studio, they want to take it somewhere. It's just like taking your child out. You ain't just gonna drop your child anywhere. You want to take them to a place that's gonna, or take her to the place that's gonna actually behoove their development away from you. The same
Mm-hmm.
thing when you come out with a record and stuff like that. Now, what I do with a record, I want you to treat my record with some care. Don't just throw it out there in the middle of a mix and think that. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that was style like maybe 30 years ago where you could throw it in a mix and it was like maybe appealing and people used to be like, oh, what is this? And find out. But today you got to be clear, man. Yo, this is a song from so and so. They came from this area. That's what I do on the Angie Dose radio show. I make sure that I curate. See, if you don't curate, then the caretaker and the undertaker takes care of it after that. Want the
Wow.
caretaker to be the undertaker. Because the undertaker, the caretaker keeps it alive over the ground. The curator talks about it.
Nice. By the way, my uncle Tony said, shout out. He said, told me to tell you, shout out and much love.
All right, Tony.
I had to turn the phone lines off, man, because I knew the phone line would have blew up, man. As soon as you would have, as soon as we introduced Chuck, the lines would have started going.
That's what I'm here for. I hope to do this a little bit more periodically with you, Jeff.
Okay.
Number one, if I did this professionally for my lab, I had 12 Zooms in the last 4 days. But when this came up today, I said, I'll be damned. I was telling my team, I'm not going to upset Mr. Jelks on this one before I go to the conference event.
Thank you, Mr. Chuck.
Put my time in to Mr. Jelks show, and then we can do a part 2 or part 3 of all the things that we're trying to do and what we do. But I'm very honored and proud to be on it. So, yeah. Whether it's Tony or callers calling up now, salute and say what you got to say.
Awesome. Oh, you had a question?
Well, yeah. I was just going to ask, what principles do you think translate over generations of being a rap artist? Because I know, the industry changes, but what are some principles you think that an artist can carry that will make them have longevity in their craft?
Well, one, I think any business that you want to get into or anything that you want to get into, you got to study the history of it. Because the cyclical can make you understand where you are and what you're getting into. Now, it might not be fully applicable to your future in it, but you got to know what you're getting into. If you're in anything, you got to know the terrain and you got to know who you are and what it is. I think as far as the MC and the rapper is concerned, I always thought the more words and vocabulary you had, you better off. I always felt that the more read or the more studied that you had more topics to dig into instead of the same old thing over and over again. I do believe that collectives have the advantages over individuals because I think as an individual, and if you're just trying to just chase the most popular thing, you're gonna cul-de-sac yourself. You know what the cul-de-sac is, right? Cul-de-sac.
Yep.
You can't go through that neighborhood. You got to keep in my circle. You keep making those. That means you going in circles. You keep grinding in the circle. What you got is a screw, and you screwing yourself to the floor. And that's no offense to DJ Screw, but I'm just saying, circle is a screw, and you screw yourself in the ground. Short story is that your topics, your lingo, your understanding of people, places, and things open you up to write a lot of different songs for a lot of different flavors. And today, I also think that you're able to accent what you record with what people could see. Back in the day, I'm even talking about a short period back in the day, I was making advices that I tell artists, I said, yeah, okay, you're putting your art out there. Make sure you do a video. At least I would say make sure you do a video at least 3 videos for every 10 songs you release. But now I think videos for every song you release. But you know what? They ain't got to be 3 minutes long. You could do shorts for 10 songs. You can even take 3 or 4 songs and smash them into one. We call them vid dashes and vid mashes. A vid dash is a piece of a song. A vid mash is when you mash them all together. So I think understanding of technology also will help you too. Like the great Prince said, it's best to be on top of technology instead of it being on top of you. So those are some of the advantages now. It wasn't like before. You can actually learn, cut, edit all on the devices and gadgets that we got. Everybody got a phone now. It ain't like 20 years ago. Cats like, oh, I ain't got those phones. I ain't got that phone. Like everybody either got an iPhone or Android. It ain't even a far guess now. It's like either got this or that. And so with that in mind, then people are all attached. Yeah, people are all attached. Now it's about thinking everybody that just has it into thinking how do you service people and get to them on it. So that's that.
Yeah.
So Nuga Man is in the crowd, and he wants to know how do you feel about streaming services and royalties and the royalties behind it?
Well, number one, everybody's subject to the industry because everybody wants to get in the industry. You know, that doesn't mean that that the industry gets into your art. Your art to the industry, there's a compromise that's got to be made. You're not signing a record deal in 1965. If you're signing a record deal in 2023, you got to know exactly what it is. In 2024, you got to know exactly what you're getting into. They're not selling any kind of recordings. They're not downloading. Everything is stream. What stream is like stream is just like radio. So right now, streaming is just like back in the day when you play on a radio station, they pay you for royalty play on the radio stations. It had nothing to do with how much you sold in the store. That has been eradicated. The actual selling of your song has been moved to different things. Now people also are going into buying certain, hard qualities like CDs and vinyl are still selling. They're not doing gigantic numbers and quantities, but they're in small record shops where if you want to be able to understand your reasonable limit, then you could say, I could do this on the hardware tip. And also all my music could be found on all those portals and streaming services from everywhere from Spotify to Apple iTunes, YouTube Music, and all those other places. I think you should know exactly where you're putting your music. Understand that when you're doing music, quality of what you believe is always greater than quantity, because quantity is just counting numbers, and quality keeps you around for a long time. Understanding that you're happy with your art. Also understand this with the industry, although it's a construct, it's not a living organism. So Quincy Jones once told me this: he said, art is art, and it's a great thing, but when money talks, God starts walking out the room. Yes, Michael Collier said he added on to that. He said, and some people ask God to leave. So, so yeah, you gotta know what you're doing. Streaming is what if it's there, like that's what it is, And you can still make you can go press up CDs, you can go press up cassettes even. It's all about the device that they're going to play it on. If somebody ain't got a CD player, they got rid of it 10 years ago, they can't, understand. But there's enough of an audience for everybody for you to be innovative on what you want to put out there to them.
So everybody want to know, did Will Smith know Tupac? Because they both were on tour. They both used to go on tour with y'all. Did they know each other?
Yeah, of course. But you know what? Tupac came after Will, and Tupac had to get his rookie chops. Everybody think, so they talk about Tupac like he's hip hop Jesus. He had his
Yeah, they do.
I mean, even Jesus came from Mary, right? I mean, Tupac started out as a roadie with Digital Underground and Humpty Hump, who we lost Shock G a couple of years ago too. And we put Tupac and Digital Underground on their first tour. Public Enemy did. And Pac was one of those soldiers that he knew arts, he knew theater, acting. He went to school with Jada. But yeah, I guess he would know. They had two different, and then I guess they was exactly. Will would do TV. Pac would start to do movies. So yeah, there's definitely a mutual respect in there somewhere. I couldn't tell you when and what, but I know both of them quite well. They both call me Unc. So it's funny when cats is like they uncle Will call me, but we're peers, right? But
Mhm.
I'm more like an older brother. I used to call myself the camp. I was like the camp counselor, you know, and, like that. Like that. Like Derrick Rose is with Memphis. That's why I was with the rap community. You know what I'm saying? Cats is like, yo, OG. I was OG for a long time now. I'm OG. I'm older than Melly Mel, so the year behind Curtis Blow. So I mean, we always had that reverence of being OGs and older brothers. So whether it's Pac, whether it's Will, all those cats, man, looked up to us, and we was in a different category. So very few rappers from those periods had any beef with each other. Those things started to merge when more money came in, and talking about the middle of the '90s, and we had nothing to do with that.
Nice, nice. I want to use some of this time to talk about what you have going on right now. You have the book out, the new book called Living Loud.
Yeah, Living Loud is my first art book. Genesis is the name of the company. It came to me because I'm a big fan of the Ronnie Wood of the Rolling Stones, who coincidentally put out a new album, Hackney Diamonds, and he's the youngest out of the Rolling Stones. He's 76. So, but the thing about why Ronnie Wood is my hero, it's like he told everybody, said, yeah, I got a lot of downtime in my hotel room, but I'm also an artist. So Ronnie Wood would break up his boredom by drawing every room he went into and turning his hotel room, into an art studio. So I started doing that with the group Prophets of Rage in 2016, especially after I lost my father. And ever since then, 30,000 pieces have come out of it. But I guess a sliver, a small bite of it happened to be my first art book. They chose the ones. I wouldn't necessarily chose everything that they chose, but I let them just go ahead and choose it. And then I have these Nappic Grovels where I released 4 this year. And a graphic novel, really a Nappic Grovel is something that carries my point of view. And it's called Studio, the art trilogy of Chuck D. And the latest one I released this last couple of weeks is called The Summer of Ham, which talks about too much gun violence in the United States of America and what we should do about it. So, yeah. So I'm a non-stop creative artist. Radio shows, and you don't stop. Rap station has 11 station channels. People go get the app at rstvapp.com or just go to rapstation.com/app and go get it. And the world's first cultural media app called Bring the Noise. And people could go to bringthenoiseapp.com, and really it's for fans, filmmakers, artists, musicians, and also sportsters. And the thing about Bring the Noise, we tell people, say, you know what, it's like TikTok 35 and up, but post your best stuff on it and keep it popping. Yeah. Myself and C-Doc had just completed a record for Def Jam, and the name of the group is Enemy Radio, and it's just a compilation of everything and all that I do wrapped up in a project. So that's enjoyable too as well. So yeah, man, that's what we got. And I'm on the Channel Zero Internetwork, we look to also, get a lot of your shows that you've done and that you're about to do on that as well, Memphis. So yeah, man, we'd be proud to have it and continue to transmit it out there in the megasphere. or should we say the noise aversion?
You on mute, Jelks. You
I'm
on
on
mute,
mute.
Jelks.
I'd
Nah,
love.
Jelks is.
I don't know. I don't know how that keeps happening, but I've been in talks with CDOT, and he said that he'll contact you, and we're wanting to get like the key stream. There's a code that we need, and I'll be able to we'll be able to live stream like the way we're live streaming now. This would also be playing on BTN on the BTN app and on the Rap Station app. So
Yeah, you can figure that out. And like I said, the BTN app is something where you always could put like a small commercial and a feed in there,
mhm.
and eventually it's going to be able to transmit just like with this multi-screen. Really about 3 months, and we're looking forward to that too. So
So the
yeah,
BTN app.
yeah. Excuse me.
The BTN app is awesome. It's phenomenal. I've been on there, checking out stuff. Like you said, it's more for people like 30 and up, and then people are posting like really, really great content on there. That's why I said before the show started, Zuckerberg better watch out, man, because the BTN app about to take over.
But they gonna be what they gonna be. We don't tell people to leave social media. We just say, like if you got that's over there with that, then you stay over there with that. You know what I'm saying? We
Mm-hmm.
just tell you to, post your best shit. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and it's for fans. Fans is filmmakers, artists, musicians, sportsters. And when you go over there, you be like, man, this is the best out of the best. Now, if you want a mixture of every little thing, then you can stay at X and do your thing over at, TikTok and go to IG or whatever. But we want to eventually be the spot that people come and get a breath of fresh air. It's like, yo, man, it's just enjoyable being here.
So, what was
Exactly.
kind of the motivation for creating some of these external outlets? What did you just feel like something was missing from society, or did you just or have you always had a passion for getting into digital media and stuff like that?
Well, the passion simply came from like, what good is having a Lamborghini if you ain't got no road?
Mm.
So the vehicle like is make a record, but at the same time you making a record to go where? So we had
Mm.
made a radio show to actually have a place where we could put the record. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You could build a vehicle as tight as you want to build, but if you ain't got no road, that vehicle ain't gonna go anywhere. And especially y'all know, like in Memphis, man, when y'all get like really rain and mud, man, I don't care that road ain't right, you ain't going nowhere with that fly car. So the same thing in the music. You make your music or you make your film. It behooves you to sometimes say, okay, ain't no place to show this or no place to go with this. Then we gonna make the place to go and the place to be, and then
Mm.
everybody else is gonna use our services, and that's where that comes from. Um, I never really seriously have ever been on IG.
Mm.
So I'm like, now my team run it. My team runs IG to the T. I've always started on Twitter and then turned to X and all that. But I'm not getting bold and crazy with it. Like when people are like, oh man, you battle MCs. No, I like the battle technology companies.
And plus, it's like it's ownership too. Like we need to start owning more things, especially media wise, because he who owns the media, who controls the media, controls the masses.
Well, it's one of those things like knowledge is power, but it ain't.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Now, knowledge is power, but it ain't. You got to know how to use power, and then you got to know how to spread power. You know what I'm saying? So the same thing, is owning better than a partnership. Sometimes, a partnership, or sometimes working for something for a while, which will lead you into ownership, is a good choice. But these are complex situations with no easy answer. So a lot of times when people, I used to always see this thing online. It still pops up. Would you actually take a dinner with Jay-Z or take $500,000? I look at
Mm.
people, better take that $500,000. Man, money ain't man. Money and culture is not an easy thing to make. It's usually off of preparation, but also opportunity, and a lot of luck is involved. So you come in there with a skill set, but You take that $500,000 and then you figure out how you can somehow buy your way into a meeting with Jay Z.
This guy, yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because I yesterday I was scrolling through IG and I saw this guy saw Jay-Z in the airport and he ran up on Jay and was like, "I'm taking the 500,000." And Jay just like, be good, man, be good."
Yeah, Jay is a culmination of partnerships and a collective that came into the record industry under its own terms. So when you come in with your own terms and they make a deal with you, so you coming in not from square one, you kind of like 10 steps ahead because you coming in there with a business plan already. Now people start jumping off like, oh yeah, but maybe he did this business, this partner right here, maybe they was unsavory characters, and this is how you get this money over here, and but that's how that business was started anyway, all the way across. So don't count the black guys that happen to be connected to whatever money that happened to be in the '90s, and you got to count the '30s, you got to count the '20s when they had the mob and bootleggers and alcohol and everything starting a lot of that company beginnings and film and radio and records. So I'm not saying it's the better way or excuse, but Jay-Z is a culmination of good strategic moves, partnerships, and also luck.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I got about 13 minutes, and the red carpet's calling me.
Okay, 13 minutes left.
I'd say, listen, I'm over here doing the mr.jelks show with leave me alone.
I got a good question for you, Mr. Chuck. What type of advice and wisdom would the Chuck D of 2023 give to the Chuck D of 1987?
Learn the language if you go into all these places. My biggest shortcoming is not knowing another. I've been 116 countries. Me not knowing another language fluently is my biggest mistake, my biggest error.
Which one would you prefer learning? Is there one in particular, or?
Well, the United States of America, you better know some kind of Spanish.
Hola or something.
Yep.
Some kind of Spanish. And here's a crazy thing: the arrogance of people in the United States. They look at people that know Espanol as like lesser than, or they ain't smart. I mean, they know two languages. You only know one. Especially if you're black in America, you really kind of know a half.
And you said that in Africa, and I saw you predict this too. You said African music is gonna be huge like soon, and now Afro beats is taking off. They got big major artists coming out from there, and they're rapping like in different languages and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, Africa is bigger than the United States. There's 54 countries in the continent, and their whole style over there is style and linguistics. And in South Africa, I mean, the most rapping city I ever been in my life is Cape Town, South Africa. I swear, babies is coming out of the room spitting bars. Yeah. And we be in the crowd, be like, let's spell it out, y'all. C-A. They say P-E. And then they'll finish out town, you know. Don't have workshop at the radio station, man, and you come out, man, and it was 125 MCs trying to get a radio station.
Wow.
Yo, man. I mean, what do you say to an MC that could spit 5 languages and braid them like hair? That's a super rapper right there. I played in Brazil, 100,000 people in there. My man MV Bill be up there on the microphone, moving 80,000 people, man. I think also, you know, like even at my biggest crowd I played in front of was Bogota, Colombia, 900,000. But also played in front of 900,000 people with Prophets of Rage with Eminem. That was crazy, man. It was flat stadiums. But today, when you perform today, and I know that first time we got down Memphis years ago, we've seen a dynamic change in performances at festivals and concerts. And what do you think that change is?
The stage now has these big, huge monitors on them. Screens.
Perform to the screen, to the camera, and you perform to the audience. And most of the audience looks at the screen. So that changed the whole game and dynamic of, you on the stage. So if you got a screen game and you also got a stage game, you got to figure out what's the mix and match. So these are some of the new things that have popped up. So a screen game could do you just, especially if you're playing a screen game going on.
Nice. Which one do you prefer better?
Well, at my old stage and age, man, like I have footage of when I was 30 years old jumping around like a fool. But now at 63, I play a camera and then jump around and simulate. I mean, listen, you're on stage, everything's an act.
Right.
Yeah.
I would tell a person if they want to get a stage game, man, don't, if you're in high school or even if you're in college, don't forsake that theater class. Theater class going to keep you, it's going to teach you what? Projection. It's going to tell you exactly how to position yourself on the stage to an audience. You're going to bounce your voice off of acoustics, even if the mic go down. If the mic go down, then how to use your body. And because listen, man, yeah, when you go to do a concert, your first 30 seconds, no matter who you are, you could be Jay-Z or you could be mr.jelks, all eyes are on you until you touch that mic. So everybody got the same first 60 seconds. Now, the minute you touch the mic, now the clock starts ticking, and then judgment comes after you touch the mic. But I tell a lot of new artists, I said, man, go out there on the stage, just hold your arms up there. Don't even touch the mic. Walk around the stage. Look at the audience. Really engage with them. Don't even say a word. You're going to have them number one. At least they're going to be WTF. Like, what the fuck? Who the what the and then all they hear is a beat. And if you put if you got a beat that's bumping,
yeah,
remember, they're going to be like, okay, now you got automatic free points right there. Now,
wow.
The clock starts ticking like an Uber after you touch the mic. Now it's on. So, yeah.
Thanks for that advice, because I got a show coming up this weekend in Haywood County. Shout out to Brownsville, the Hatchie Fall Fest. Memphis Jokes is going to be in the building.
Take that first 45 seconds, Jokes, and put it, better yet, ask for a mic stand, right? Put the mic on the mic stand in the middle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Come out, go to the right of the mic, look at the crowd, give them some, maybe a class of power, fist or whatever. What's up? Holla. Go to the left of the mic, bow, do some salute or whatever. Acknowledge the crowd. Then you step to the mic. The mic is still on the mic stand. You look up and down. Then you touch the mic and grab it. Then you do your thing.
Well, if anybody from Haywood watching, y'all already know what I'm about to do when I get there Saturday. I can't wait. It's going to be lit. I can't wait. I love that advice too, man. Because I've seen, I know y'all seen where Michael Jackson one time came out on the stage and just froze.
Well, yeah, number one.
And the crowd went crazy.
Michael Jackson and James Brown, they had advantages because they didn't have to touch the mic. They could just come. Right, James Brown, man, come out and he just start dancing. And it's like, and people are like, what? And then by the time he grabbed the mic, he got nothing but hits. Michael Jackson didn't have to touch the mic. And he already could buy 5 minutes of turning the crowd out without, well, same thing an MC could do, because an MC could pump up the crowd without even grabbing the mic. Not as long, because they're not dancers, but they can get a good 60 to 2 minutes out of it. 60 seconds to 2 minutes out of it.
Wow. Did you ever meet Michael Jackson? Because I know you got a song with Janet Jackson. Did you ever meet Michael?
No, it's a weird story. And right down the street here in L.A., Hollywood, I was in a record store. I never met him formally, but I was in the records, Tower Records, right? I was in Tower Records some years ago, and I was in there looking for these records, and I was walking in the aisle. You know, like when you walk down the aisle and you're like, excuse me, but you go left, and that person goes to your left, and you go to the right, he goes to the right. Well, this dude actually is in front of me, and he was dressed like a Sikh. All you see is his eyes. So, you know, I'm like, whatever, you know, he must be, you know, Muslim or something, you know, whatever. So I'm walking down, and I'm trying to go through this alley. I go to my left, he goes to his right. I go to my right, he goes to his left. I'm like, excuse me, I felt like grabbing him and moving him out of the way. So I left, right? So I'm going back to the record store. Then I go up to the counter, and he had just left. And I hear people at the counter say, oh, man, if they only knew, this place would go bananas. And I'm like, well, I know he ain't talking about me here. So I'm like, was that Prince? Nah, that was Michael. That's Michael Jackson. And when I looked in the parking lot, he had just gotten in a Rolls Royce and was pulled off.
Oh, man.
But you know, like a good friend of mine, Prince, and James Brown. Met James Brown one time, and all the time I tried to catch up with James Brown was the BT Millennium Awards. Where, matter of fact, that same night I gave the award to Prince. So I was backstage, and for a second, and then it was just me in the back room, right? And I saw this dude, and I saw the different hair, and he was dressed in a blue suit. And I was like, that's James Brown. So it's just me and him in the room. So I tapped on my shoulder, excuse me, Mr. Brown, because you got to know what you're talking about. You got to call him Mr. Brown. I said, excuse me, Mr. Brown. He turned around. Hello, how you doing? I'm Chuck D from Public Enemy. And then he went, oh, how are you? I was like, hold it right here. Hold it right here. Because back in the day, you didn't have phones that had cameras, right? It was like 1999. So I was looking around to see if anybody had a camera. When I finally got somebody who had a camera, I went back to that room, and he was already out on the stage with Genuine doing that thing. So the show that he was on there with Genuine doing the dance or whatever, yeah, that was my James. And I was with Denzel Washington, saying, maybe if I go around on the other end, I'll catch him when he comes off. So I went on the other end, and he went the other way and was out of there.
Oh, man. Say hello to my little friend. Oh, man. What was that?
So that's my James Brown and Michael Jackson story. But I was good friends with Prince. I recorded with Prince. I was taken aback when Prince, after he passed away, he left a list of people who influenced him, and he had my name on it. I'm like, what the fuck, for real? Yo, that was mind blowing, man. That he considered me somebody artistically that inspired and influenced him. I'm like, it's the other way around. I don't know about that, but I'll take it.
Man, well, we call you Mr. Chuck too, and it don't got nothing to do with age. You're like you said, you're like, man, a pioneer of like, you're like a father figure to us, or an uncle figure to us. Like, I mean, to not only to us, like to the whole world, man.
Yeah. Ain't nothing special. I'm honored to come on. I'm gonna cut it right here because I know Flavor's starting to hit me up now, and Flavor says I'm late. You know there's a problem in the world. Flavor just did the red carpet anyway. It's like, yo, he covered the red carpet. I gotta get with him right now. I'll tell him. He said, "What's up?" I'll send you a picture.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, Mr. Chuck, man.
Thanks for joining us tonight.
We appreciate it. And
nice meeting you, O.
Yeah, nice to meet you as well.
I got to drop the line. Ain't nobody come to see you, O.
Well, definitely, Chuck, man, we would love to have you on, more consistently, maybe second or third, fourth or fifth, sixth, however many times you want to come through, you're welcome.
We'll pay our dues on the Channel Zero Inter Network, and let's get it in, man. Once again, my honor and my pleasure, Mr. Jelks, and also Orlando, Mr. O. Thank y'all so much. I got to peace out right now. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, peace, Mr. Chuck. Later. That was lit. Oh, the phone lines are open, y'all. Let me open up the phone lines. Anybody who want to call in. This is my favorite video and song by Public Enemy, by the way, y'all.
I got no fancy car, never was no superstar. Got no Grammy trophy, got no problem if y'all approach me. Never had no Rolling Stone cover, never had no top 10 hit, my brother. Got no TV show, got no Maybachs, Benz or Rolls. Got no movie roles, got no platinum or gold. Got no diamond rings, watches, and all them things. Got no way to plane, what I mean is got no private jets. But I also got no regrets, got no swag, what I got no love for some I never had.
All of it, yeah, everything, yeah, everything. We got it all.
We got it all. You know that.
Nothing's changed, still the same.
You got your help, today we got your help.
We got it all.
Second verse.
I'm telling you.
Got no mansions, restaurants, I got no yacht. But I got no choice but to show y'all what some of us forgot. Never was hot, never was pop, but I never ever stopped that real hip hop. Got no paparazzi, got no company that got me. Walking alone in the hood, so it's easy to spot me, y'all. Got no million follower friends on Twitter, on Facebook, look at my friends. Got no thing for video games, got no shame saying I ain't never playing. Got no hate for things that are great, don't you know I salute.
All of it, yeah, everything, yeah,
Y'all probably got the same
we
thing.
got it all.
We ain't never talking about no things here now.
Nothing's changed, still the same. Everything.
Look at your loved
We
ones,
got it all.
look at your young ones.
I'm telling you.
If you got the old ones around, love them, talk to them, love them. Damn right.
Nothing's changed, still the same. Everything, we got it all. I'm telling you.
chase something and love something that ain't loving you. You have everything if you just look at it. Word.
Man, oh, I absolutely love that song and that video right there, bro.
What makes you like that song?
It shows a totally different side of Public Enemy. Like Public Enemy known for having loud music and it's wild and all this stuff going on and crazy samples and stuff. You're trying to figure out what sample that is. But that song right there, it's like they came from like a real heartfelt perspective, and the saxophone solo in there is like phenomenal. And then like the video, C-Doc did the video. You know, C-Doc was on our show too. Shout out to C-Doc. He did the video, and then he put it together. I think he showed a side of Public Enemy that nobody has ever seen before or heard also.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, listen, man, it was a good show tonight, man.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
Tonight, man.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for joining, man. Thank you for, always making the shows dope, man, with your presence and you always have the dope questions, man. And we got the phone lines open.
Now. We got to go.
I know you're ready to roll, so you can go ahead and go. I'll take a few phone calls. I'll stick around for a minute. I'll text you, you know what I'm saying, or something. Oh, yo, you on the Memphis Joke Show. Who it is?
Yo, what it do?
DJ Ninja. What's up, DJ Ninja in the building?
Man, I was just checking it out, man. Dude is sitting game on game, wisdom on top of wisdom, man, So, man, you had one of the greats on here for show, you feel me? So
thanks, bro. It was an honor and a pleasure.
Right? It was, bro, because I was just listening, and I was like, yeah, let me listen to this game he's spitting right here. And the same thing I was talking about, man, it's like, it's exactly what he's saying, So I was like, wow. So I know, greats think alike. So, yeah, man. But much love, bro. You know how it is.
Much love, DJ Ninja, man. He's about to go to an event himself. So by him taking that time out to come join us was a blessing because he didn't have to do that at all.
I know, yeah, for real. That's what's up, bro.
Thanks, bro, man. We appreciate you calling in once again, bro, man. It's always love, man. We got to get you back on the show. We got to get you back on here too, ASAP.
Okay. Yeah, just let me know, man, because a lot of these talk shows and podcasts are hitting me up right now to speak on their platform.
Oh, snap. Oh, my bad. Can I go back? Hold on. Welcome to the Memphis Joke Show. Who is this?
I go by the name of Right On for Darkness.
What's up, fam? How's it going?
What's up, man? I'm so proud of you, Memphis Jelks. Just want to congratulate you. It's a hell of an interview.
Thank you so much, man. I was nervous as heck, man, all week. Well, about the last 3 days, I was like, man, I hope I don't get on here and mess up.
Nah, you were great, and I've never met or said hello to O. So what's up, O? You're an awesome host, man. Co-host, brother. God bless you.
I appreciate that, man.
Hey, real quick, Memphis Jelks, I wanted to ask, when my son was in elementary school, I used to listen to Kids Place Live on Sirius XM. And they used to play this song called Skip to My Lou.
Oh, snap.
And on the screen would pop up Memphis or Chuck D featuring Memphis Jelks.
Yes.
And it's bumping. So, I just wanted to know, how did you and Chuck come up with that children's song that they still play, man? They wrote that song on the kids' channel, bro.
Wow, man, that's a blessing, bro. Thanks. And that's a really great question too, bro. Thank you. So when I first signed with Chuck, he had an agent on the label, and she was working out certain deals. One of the deals was she knows this guy named Dan Zanes, who is a Grammy Award winning. Yep, he's a Grammy Award winning children's song artist. And he wanted to feature Chuck on that song, and then Chuck invited me. Chuck was like, Memphis, I want you to do this song with me. And so Chuck,
that's love.
He provided me that opportunity, and it was fun.
Oh wow,
it was fun. I had never done a song like that. Thank you, bro. I had never done a song like that before. So I was like, how should I approach it?
Man. Yo, you just pray on stuff like that, dog. And the rest come with it, right? You just say that prayer and boom, it happened for you, man. But thanks again for the show. I catch you when I can. Great job. You all keep up the good work. God bless. Holler at me sometime, bro.
Thank you, bro. Will do, bro. Hit me up on social media. Let's rap. Thank you.
Okay, right on.
All right. Peace. Thanks everybody for calling in. I'll stick around for another couple of minutes. If anybody else want to call in, I'll give you a couple of minutes. Yo, what's up? You on the Memphis Joke Show? Who this?
It's your boy Trees Tarantino, aka Leonardo DiCaprio.
Trees Tarantino in the building. Yo, what's up, fam?
What's up, man?
Yo,
man, I had to call.
Go ahead.
I had to call. I had to call. I had to call in for the one time I told you I would. So here I am. You know what I'm saying? I told you I would, just like a tree. You know what I'm saying?
Love, fam, man. Your episode was lit too, man. We really enjoyed having you on the show, bro. You lit. We enjoyed it.
Man, I'm still damn near riding off the high of that interview. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was one of my favorite interviews. And but look, this is why I called though. I'm gonna keep it frank. I'm gonna cut to the mustard. I had a question for Chuck D, but I'm gonna ask it to you guys because I think it's a good question. It's super simple. Which, by the way, my bad. What's up, Big O? We're not asking why. We saying, oh, man, my dog. I had to pay my respect. But my question is hip hop. 3 words. What is hip hop? Like, what is hip hop to you, to the world, however you want to receive that question? Give me 3 words to describe hip hop.
Go ahead, you go, O.
3
Hold
words.
up. Before you do that, I gotta play this because go ahead. Oh,
That's a good question.
Big O. Well, you said me or O?
That's a good question.
Oh,
that's a good question.
3 words really hard to describe in 3 words.
Look, I got you. Look, listen. I'll go first. I'll make it easy. I'll start off. I know I'll put you on the spot. My 3 words are expression, originality, and swag.
I like that.
That's what hip hop is to me.
I would probably say art, creativity, and I'll probably steal this one from Chuck Style.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chuck did have it pretty much wrapped up into 4 words, but Trees asked for 3. I would go ahead.
No, you go. I was going to say nothing worth hearing. You go.
I wouldn't want to disrespect New York, so I would say, DJing, MCing, and breakdancing.
Hey, that works. That's how you do it right there.
Yo, man, how you been, Trees, man? It's good to hear your voice.
Man, I've been good, bro. I've been, you know what I'm saying? I've been moving around. I'm up here with my mom, spending some time with my mom in Nashville. I had to call up Mama Bear. And, so I said, I need to see my mom. So that's where I'm at. I'm hanging out with my mom.
That's what's up. Tell moms the Memphis Joke Show. We said, hey.
I would, because my mama, you know what they call her, right? They call her OG Terry.
Nice. OG Terry. I like that. Well, her son is an awesome artist. You an awesome artist, man. So we appreciate OG Terry for creating such an awesome artist, man.
Thank you. And, she's a blessing. And, hey, you're an awesome artist, too. It was an excellent interview. Man, you said you were nervous, but, man, I could tell, like, even though you was nervous, I could tell you were passionate and love what you do because, it didn't show one bit. Everything was smooth. And shout out to you, bro. You like the balance. You're the yin to the yang. You calm, collected. You know what I'm saying? You could be Jay-Z on the screen. You can be like, what's up? How you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, no, man, all love, man. Y'all is a bomb, and hey, look, I'm gonna start calling in every episode. I'm gonna be a call-in regular.
Thank you,
I
bro.
appreciate
We
it. Much
look
love.
forward to it. I look forward to hearing from you too, man. I love your take on hip hop. I love your take on, I love your music, your style, so man, definitely tap in or stay tapped in. We got to get you back on for the part 2.
Yeah. Hey, I got something for you. I got a beat for you. I'm gonna hit your line a little later.
Okay, cool. All right, I'll be around. Well, that's it, y'all, for the show, man. We thank every one of you for tuning in, man. We're grateful for y'all, man. We don't take this lightly. It's not nothing that we're getting paid to do or nothing like that. We just doing it to inspire y'all, inspire people to be great at whatever it is that you do. Yep. With that being said, you got any last words for the show tonight?
Man, listen, it was a good show, man. I appreciate Mr. Chuck. We're going to call him Uncle Chuck now, man. He Uncle Chuck now. We're going to call him Uncle Chuck, man.
Uncle Chuck.
Uncle Chuck, man. We
Uncle
appreciate
Chuck.
him coming on the show. Man, we appreciate him coming on the show, man. I loved it, man. I think one of the things that he said that I didn't get a chance to dig into was art, man. And the arts, man, they matter. They make a difference, man. Put your kids in the arts, man, whether it's visual arts, whether it's dancing, music, like put your kids in the arts, man. I promise you it will help them in every aspect of their life, man. It helps create that creativity, man. It helps them to express themselves, man. So shout out to all the people, man, who major in the arts, all the people who utilize the arts, all the people who have taken what they've learned from the arts, man, and produce some great work, man. There are some great artists out here, and there are some great art teachers out here, not just just the painting or the writing art, but man, the visual arts and all of the musical arts, all of that comes with that, man. I think it plays a big role in how you can create, man, and how you can have longevity for yourself, and just your everyday life.
I love it, bro. I love you. Always make it hard for me to come with with my final thoughts because yours are so good. So once again, I thank you, old man, for being on time tonight.
I tried.
Thanks, Mr. Chuck, man. Uncle Chuck, for just that time that he spent with us. He didn't have to do it because he was about to do a show himself, and he could have been in there getting prepared for that. But we're grateful and we feel blessed that he joined the show, and I loved it. The interview went really well. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll be back next Wednesday, man. The shows have been going great. If y'all, don't forget to get that merch off Amazon, the Memphis Jokes Show hoodies. It's getting cold outside.
Yes, sir.
Everybody need one. Keep on watching, man, please, y'all. And keep commenting and sharing. We need y'all to share, subscribe, all of that. That'll get us up in the algorithm, and then we're the people's platform. So when we get there, if you need a platform, guess where you can come? The Memphis Jelks Show. Peace and greatness, y'all.
Squad up, haters down. If you ain't about that life, don't come around. Got the crowd,